Welcome back to Cinema Vino. This week we're going to take a look back at a legend who passed away, Robert Duvall. Who was known for many iconic roles, everything from The Godfather to Apocalypse Now, Lonesome Dove. We're going to look back at one of his greatest performances that he was not nominated for, one of the few roles he was not nominated for an Oscar, but he should have been, for supporting actor in the movie Network. This episode is from 4 years ago. One of my favorite movies of all time is Network. Certainly one of the most well-written movies, but it's also one of the most well-acted movies, and Duvall is a big part of that. Next week, we're going to take a look at a Robert Duvall movie you may not have seen called Geronimo. Has a really good cast, including Gene Hackman, Matt Damon, Jason Patric, Wes Studi. We'll take a look at that. And then the next week, we'll look at a movie starring another great actress who passed away, Catherine O'Hara. So stay tuned. Some good stuff is coming up. And welcome back to Cinema Vino. This is going to be a gap episode, so I didn't realize there are going to be 5 Wednesdays in June. So,
Leap Wednesday.
Egg on my face. Yeah, it's a Leap Wednesday. So in between our wedding series and our time travel series, we had an extra week. And so we decided to draw for a movie. And we drew the movie Network.
It's like we're going to time travel you into the next season.
Exactly.
Hi, I'm Travis. This is my co-host, Sean.
Hey, hi.
Travis Tudd.
Yep.
Sean Jordan.
We're missing Tate again because he's doing life things.
Yeah.
Milestone life. We missed him on our last episode of Obi-Wan as well.
Yeah.
Because we're filming the same night. But,
where is he repelling?
I don't know. He's got
the White Cliffs of Dover.
Manareg?
Yeah, he's down the White Cliffs of Dover.
I just hope, that he heals.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
that's the groin is a very difficult place to
coming back from that kind of injury is, nothing to sneeze at.
Nope.
Which he can't anymore.
No.
He can't sneeze.
No.
Yeah. So
God forbid.
Yeah. He can't cry.
He loses both testicles.
He can't shed tears. So for at least 6 weeks.
Just rocking him out like a hard-boiled egg out of a tube sock.
So the movie Network is what we're going to be talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Tonight.
That dude's got weird teeth.
This was
They all have weird teeth. It's the 70s.
Yeah.
They might as well have been British.
Yeah. This is back when the air was clean and the sex was dirty.
The air was not clean. This was the Ford era.
This is back when everything was dirty.
It was all dirty. And it was like post hippies. Mm-hmm. It was just everyone hated each other and it was industrial.
This was the time of Seals and Croft. So
where's Nash and Young?
They're in there somewhere. Sometimes Nash and Young step in. Yeah, it's definitely. This is actually just Crosby, Stills, and Nash. And Young is not involved by this point.
It's too bad.
Yeah. Young is out there, touring the country and not wearing any deodorant. So,
wow.
Okay, so a little background.
Stinky bus.
Little background.
They're all stinky buses.
And I love Neil Young. So,
yeah.
Don't give me your hateful comments out there. I'm a big Neil Young fan.
Actually, go ahead and do the hateful comments because I like to read them.
Which Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young person are we?
I don't know. I think I'm Stephen Stills. I think because he seemed to be the hairiest of the whole group. So
you think you're the hairiest one at this table?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I think I'm the hairiest at about any table. So
I've seen Todd's bedroom gown, and he is the hairiest.
Unless I'm sitting with Alec Baldwin at a table, I'm pretty goddamn hairy.
We need another pool day to fight this duel.
Yes, it's a duel where everybody loses.
Pube fight.
So yeah, the little background information. Did you say pube fight?
And he said pool, and I just thought pule.
It's like you just did a double take verbally.
Yeah, man, we're going to spare that pool filter,
I envision a pube fight to be you guys just rub pubes together and see whoever bleeds first loses.
It's like a Brillo pad.
Exactly.
This movie was released on November 27th.
I just unlocked a new kink.
1976.
I know what my search history is going to look like when I get home.
Oh, no, it's all knotted together. What do we do?
Yeah.
I don't see the problem.
Yeah.
Network.
It's too bad Google doesn't have an option. I'm not feeling lucky. I'm feeling very unlucky while I Google pube fight. So Network was released November 27th, 1976. It was directed by legendary filmmaker Sidney Lumet, who I think behind Steven Spielberg is my favorite director. Woo! He directed 12 Angry Men, Dog Day Afternoon, The Verdict, Prince of the City, Serpico. So he has quite a few classic movies.
I've seen none of those, actually.
They're all great. You should see every single one.
I've heard 12 Angry Men. Dog Day Afternoon, is that with Zeta Jones? What's...
Catherine Zeta-Jones?
Yeah.
I want to hear what you think.
Her husband?
Michael Douglas.
Yes.
No. But
he's what's the one with him and he's really angry about an Egg McMuffin?
What do you think about Falling Down?
Falling Down and Dog Day Afternoon.
I get different mixed decade, up. Different plot, different movie stars, different directors.
Well,
almost different planets.
They both feature a male character.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're right. You're on track.
Dog Day Afternoon is with Al Pacino?
Al Pacino.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
See, I know I get those two mixed up, the names anyway.
So Dog Day Afternoon, Al Pacino and John Cazale, they play lovers in the movie, and Al Pacino robs a bank to pay for John Cazale's sex change operation, his transition, I guess you call it now. And it is based on a true story about the standoff, the aftermath. So filmed in 1973. So a very forward-thinking movie.
Yeah, right. Ahead of its time for sure.
Yeah.
Who wrote this movie?
This movie?
Yeah.
This was Patty Chefsky, who won the Academy Award for it.
Yeah, because they should.
Yeah.
The dialogue is amazing.
He actually won 3 Oscars for screenwriting for this movie called The Hospital, which is basically a satire of the healthcare industry. And then a movie called Marty, which was with Ernest Borgnine, which also won Best Picture. So he won 3 Academy Awards for screenwriting in his career.
What was Marty about?
It was about kind of a schlubby dude who falls in love.
There's a Borg in this movie?
I've seen Marty with Ernest Borgnine, and I really liked it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was good.
And now I've got the image of Ernest Borg 7 and 9 and 9. So there's that. This film was nominated for 10 Academy Awards. Best Picture, Best Director. It won for Best Screenplay. It won Best Actor for Peter Finch, who won it posthumously.
Peter Finch is
Howard Beale, the crazy newscaster.
Okay.
He actually passed away between the movie release and the Academy Awards. So
wow.
He was the first posthumous actor to win Oscar.
You guys take a guess at how old you think he was when he died.
62.
He's around 60, I think.
I think he was 61.
Yeah, it was a rough.
It's a rough 61.
He was a generation from a generation of like British actors who lived a hard life. So,
he was British?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, and the guy who was who played Max, you know how old he was?
I mean, yeah, he was like in his mid-50s.
It's like mid-50s.
Wow.
Like
also lived a very
rough mid-50s.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he was kind of the main character, right? He was okay.
He was the not producer.
I thought Beale was going to be the main character when I was watching.
What's going to bake your noodles? Google William Holden about 20 years before this movie and look at him in the 50s. I mean, he was like a George Clooney in the 50s. And then, he partied hard. He drank and smoked and let himself go. And so, he actually died from an alcohol related fall a few years after this movie came out. So
the first and the movie I'm most familiar with, Faye Dunaway, is Supergirl.
Oh yeah.
So I have seen that several times before I had ever seen her in anything else. And so every time I see her, I'm like, oh, Supergirl.
Yeah. Peter Finch won, but William Holden was also nominated for Best Actor. Faye Dunaway was nominated for Best Actress. She won.
She was really good in this.
Beatrice Straight won for Best Supporting Actress, who played William Holden's wife.
Yes.
Her part was the shortest screen time to ever win an Oscar.
I was going to say she didn't have a lot of screen time.
About 5 minutes. Yeah.
What else has she been in? Because she looked very familiar.
I'm not sure. We'd have to Google that. She's been in other stuff, and I just can't think of it on the top of my head. Ned Beatty was nominated for Best Supporting Actor for his role as the corporate boss. Basically for that, also for one scene.
Is that monologue? That monologue was amazing.
Yeah. Peter Finch was the first posthumous Oscar winner and the only one until Heath Ledger for The Dark Knight. He was the next and second one. We're going to discuss the plot a little bit. Fair warning for you guys. We'll talk about the wine really quickly. This is the Rodo Cabernet. This is a Chilean Cabernet. We're doing both cabs just to keep a theme together. The first one for the previous, the Obi-Wan mini-sode that we talked about, we did Freak Show Cabernet. Freak Show kind of fit the theme of this movie because it is a carnival of craziness. You know, it's just wacky. I mean, this is a much more, I think it's almost like an earthier, like.
You guys just said like a synchronized drink.
I know.
I didn't get the cue. Sorry.
This is a much more like
smoother than Freak Show, I would say.
It's different for sure.
It's fuller. I would.
This almost has kind of a leathery texture to it. I think there's
what the fuck?
I think it's got some leather to it.
Hold on.
Yeah, try that again. Let's do another synchronized. Hold on.
Oh shit. Okay.
Kind of earthy, leathery, like it's weird, almost like very dry.
So I don't understand like wine tasting. You said leathery and
pucker.
I thought you were weird, and then I took a sip, and I was like,
sure enough,
leathery works perfectly.
I drank a bell.
Yeah. I just need that's what I need when I'm eating food or drinking something. I need somebody to tell me about it I need Guy Fieri to tell me like, oh, this is a balsamic vinaigrette and a glaze of that would make me enjoy my food more.
You need a guide through Flavor Town.
Exactly.
Yeah, you need a flavor.
I need a tour. I need a flavor tour.
Yeah. But yeah, then this was like a $10 cab from Chile. So I would recommend it. It's called Roto.
Not T-Baz or Left Eye, but Chile.
$10 Chilean cab?
Yeah, it's not bad.
I think I like this more than the Freak Show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's different for sure. But yeah, I mean, this is, to me, a much more traditional, like what I look for in a cab.
How much was a Freak Show?
20-ish, 18, 20.
Fuck, yes.
This one, the Roto, is, $10.99. Here in Oklahoma, so it may be different wherever you are in the world, but yeah, it's a good like classic dry tannic. I mean, earthy, deep. I mean, even the color of it. I mean, it's very like deep, inky purple color.
Yeah,
it's a.
Oh, this will stain your teeth.
Yeah,
which will make you brush your teeth better later.
This almost has kind of a Malbec
wine. Dentists recommend it.
Yeah,
Reds.
It's like your teeth are looking a little stained here. I'm going to recommend you go home and have a whole bottle of wine.
Between my coffee habit and my wine habit,
I always brush better the night after drinking some red wine. I'm like, ooh, I better give these an extra scrub, which is it's just fun for the whole family.
This would be a great plug for a toothbrush if we were sponsored by one, but we're not.
It's like Mr. Bud.
We're going the other end.
It's like, Mr. Bud, it looks like your teeth are looking nice and shiny. Also, you seem to be extremely inebriated right now.
I just really care about dental health.
It's like, somebody get him some black coffee, which would stain your teeth.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah.
So on a subject that may be triggering for some people, this movie does discuss the subject of suicide. So before we proceed, I thought I would let you guys know that. So this Patty Chesky actually drew from some real events to create the plot of this movie. There was a local anchorwoman, I believe out of California, named Christine Chubbuck, who committed suicide on live TV during the noonday broadcast. And so Patty Chesky took that actual happening, that tragedy, and imagined somebody like a Walter Cronkite or like a David Brinkley kind of person, like someone of that stature on national TV saying, after he'd been fired, like, I'm going to kill myself on TV.
Was the other guy, had she been fired?
I don't know if she'd been fired or if she just was suffering from some mental issues. I'm not sure the exact story of it. I actually had to look it up to verify that it was real. I'd always heard that as an urban legend that happened, but it did actually happen.
And what year was this?
This was 1976.
76?
When the movie came out. Yeah. So it probably would have been drawn from early 70s.
Yeah. It was a couple of years before the movie came out.
As soon as you said that, I didn't know that, but there was a 1981, the movie The Howling came out, and they did, obviously, something somewhat similar, but at the end of the film, spoiler alert for The Howling 1,
41.
One is a broadcaster that, again, trigger warning, shoots herself on live TV as she turns into a werewolf.
Yeah.
She's wanting to get, but yeah, this is, other than that, this is the first time I had heard of that. I'm like, okay. So that's immediately what popped into my mind.
So, Howard Beale.
I like it when he jiggles.
So Howard Beale announces he's going to kill himself on the air. He's a fourth place anchor. He's on a fourth place network, and ratings skyrocket when he does that. People tune in like crazy. And so network bosses, led by Robert Duvall, decide they're going to keep him on the air and let him gradually suffer a nervous breakdown.
Well, him and his best friend, producer, director, even have the conversation in the bar before. He's like, hey, listen, I'm going to fire you.
Yeah.
Like, this is coming, just a heads up, like, courtesy to you. And he says, yeah, I could kill myself on the air. And he says, yeah, that would get us at least a 50 share.
Yeah, like joking around about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Well, I think he's already fired him, but he's like giving him an out, like, hey, you get to go on, say that you're going to leave in 2 weeks.
Do it on your own terms.
You know, you're courteous.
Yeah.
I mean, still shitty.
Well, you really have to have that little piece at the beginning to kind of like make you even think that that's something that someone would joke around about when they're drunk.
Yeah.
And then this movie really dives in.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's great how they present like the control room is just oblivious while he's talking about like how he's going to kill himself on the air. It's like nobody's even listening to him.
Yeah.
Beale kind of serves as the nexus of all of the other characters. It's like everybody in the movie interacts with the plot of the movie through him
and reacting off of him.
Yeah. So his lifelong buddy, Max, who's played by William Holden, tries to protect him pretty much at all costs, tries to keep him from going further and further down the cesspool. The programming director, who's Faye Dunaway's character, Diana, basically tries to mold Howard into a product that she can sell and exploit. You know, basically trying to hone his rants and diatribes into something marketable that people can identify with, which ultimately leads to his iconic "I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take this anymore" speech. Ned Beatty is a corporate billionaire who's looking out for his own money, his own bottom line. And
who's the corporate billionaire of the corporation that buys the news station.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not even like a newsman. He's a corporation that invests in the news.
Yeah.
As programming.
He identifies himself as a salesman. He's like, I sell things. I'd like to sell something to you now.
They told me I could sell something to anybody.
Yeah.
I'd like to try to sell something to you now.
So he's like this kind of evil billionaire that poses as like a real folksy kind of, grandfatherly type guy.
He's not even like an evil billionaire in the way that we have evil billionaires now.
No.
He's like a corporate loyalist. Like he's loyal to the idea of corporate America and to the idea of capitalism.
He is a zealot for business. He's like an acolyte for.
Yeah, he's a capitalist zealot.
Yeah, he's a libertarian zealot.
Well, what I took from that was that basically he knew his audience.
Mm-hmm.
And he knew that Beale was very dramatic and had, been sipping on his own Kool-Aid. And from what I took from that, he's a people person, knows how to talk to and manipulate people.
Mm-hmm.
And so once he got him in the room, closed the shutters, started going off, and basically it's a whole social dynamic, right?
Yeah.
If you like somebody, you mirror their behavior, and then they're like, oh, I like what I see there. I took it as Ned Beatty mirroring him and his, being the crazy prophet and proselytizing all this bullshit about big business and about how that's the new gods. It
felt like he was letting him in on a truth that he wasn't yet aware of, like opening his eyes to a piece of the world that he wasn't aware of the actual power dynamic to. Yeah.
But then he stops and goes back into a normal cadence, and he's like, oh, because he's got his hands in the air, and then he's like,
you are fucking with powers.
Like, do you understand what I'm talking about? Am I getting through to you? Please say yes or no.
Yeah.
And then he would go back, like he's mocking and mirroring at the same time. And that's what I got out of it.
Yeah.
He's, trying to become a prophet as well. It was like saying, hey, you're the prophet, but I am God, and I am giving you my commandments right now.
And so it's like, if Beale is the nexus to the movie, then his character, the businessman, he enters it as posing as like an acolyte of business. Like a business is like a religion. He is the prophet of business.
And then, and I'm going to go ahead and skip to the end. Like the, he's gotten the commandments, if you will, and then it's a hard truth for people to hear. The people in power don't want him giving out this information or doing whatever, and they do whatever to silence him. And in fact, they go and kill him. Yeah. No, well, the one person in power wants him to.
The guy.
The other people are like, nope, we got to get rid of this guy.
Because all they care about is ratings.
So he basically kind of becomes a martyr. Like, it's a weird, fucked up way where he's like Jesus. And they're like, you know, this guy's got to die. We have to silence him. We have to get him out of here. Like, we don't want him talking to the masses and influencing them anymore. Like, you know, to them, it's ratings, but it's a whole weird, fucked up, like,
well, and for them, that's all it is. They don't care about the message. They don't care about what he's saying. If they cared, they would have stopped a long time ago. That was the whole point of Max. Like, Max's whole point was, you know, this is insane. Like, what he's doing is absolutely crazy. You guys are taking advantage of him. And they say they don't care. The ratings are through the roof. This is everything they could possibly want. They have the number one show, low margin, high profit. They're selling ad space at like $160K per minute. Like, this is a gold mine for programming. And this is a revolution of what programming could be. And as soon as that turns, they just literally shoot it dead.
Yeah. Well, the only time you see him, like, you know, he drinks with his buddy at the beginning, and then he goes, and that for me, at least at the beginning, I was like, oh, these guys are not great with their fake laughs at the beginning. But once you go on, you never see really Beale be a regular person other than at the beginning of the film, or when he's sitting there in the office with everybody thinking that he's fired. I mean, like, oh, all right, whatever. And they're like, they want to put you back on. And he's like, what? Yeah, I'll go, whatever. I'll be the prophet, whatever. Like, the only other time you see him is when he's like asleep on the couch at his buddy's house. You don't see him sitting around the table eating dinner with him. Like, they don't show any other parts of his day where he's not like going batshit crazy and giving like his regular prophecy. They don't show his normal day to day. I mean, they showed one time where he goes out and is walking in the rain before his
pajamas
big speech.
And a raincoat. Yeah.
But the rest of the time, you know, even when they go in and they're like, they're going into crisis mode. How do we fix this? Right after his first proclamation, nobody actually talks to him. He's sitting there in a room, silent the whole time. They're talking about him, over him, everything else.
Well, it's interesting. People have often pointed out that Faye Dunaway and Howard Beale, like her character and Howard Beale, never speak in the movie. Ever.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. That's a nice little tidbit that, they never interact.
Huh.
So I'm curious to hear your guys' thoughts on the movie. Like, how did you like it? What are your thoughts? So we'll start with Trav.
I liked it. I had seen the main speech, I guess. What do you call it? Monologue,
diatribe.
I had seen it actually spoofed several times before I ever actually saw it. And then I had seen the clip online. So I'd seen it several times and I knew what was coming, but I thought that was right at the end of the entire show. I didn't realize it happened right in the middle, whenever the height of this was. And I knew nothing other about the show other than that. I really liked it. I enjoyed, I thought Beale was going to be the main player since he had the big monologue, but I didn't realize Max, the actor, what was his name?
William Holden.
He was kind of the main character out of all of, from what I could see.
He's the straight man. He's the foil that you kind of like, the constant by which you measure everybody else's lunacy. Yeah.
I thought Faye Dunaway did great. Good old Robert Duvall, I think, is a great actor.
Young Robert Duvall.
Mm-hmm. He did great in this as well. Like, they were both unhinged, crazy, myopic. Again, I've used this word twice.
Strong.
I'm really strong.
That's good.
Yeah, I pat myself on the back. A word of the day calendar.
It's really paying off.
Yep. Yeah. I've used it twice, so that's 2 days worth. I guess
1 down 300.
That's what I understand. Word of the day calendars, how they work. But they're both hyper focused on things that really don't matter. They're just kind of up in the ether. They're just numbers. They're like trying to hit as many people as they can.
They're corporate people just playing a corporate game.
Exactly.
They
They're
see
just
people
trying to get their numbers. And Faye Dunaway says that. She's like, I don't know how to be a person. Like, every relationship I've had is bullshit. The only thing I'm good at is my job. So I just tend to focus on that.
And it's a great scene where she's talking to William Holden while they're having their weekend getaway or whatever, and all she talks about is work until she eventually, they're in bed and she's climaxes talking about ratings.
Yeah. I thought
she orgasms.
I thought during that scene he was going to be like, okay, thank God this weekend is over. I'm done here. We're gone. And in fact, when they got back to the hotel room where he's been silent the whole time, I thought he was going to lock the door and then pull out a tape recorder and be like, hey, now I've got enough on you. You're going to let go of my friend on the TV or whatever.
Yeah.
So I kept waiting for another shoe to drop. But, as he says at the end, he's like, you know what? You're right. We played exactly into one of your screenplays. The guy that leaves his wife, and then we get a nice ending where he goes back to his wife. We don't know if she took him back or not.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought Faye Dunaway did great. I thought Peter Finch. I thought he did a great job. There was not bad acting in this whatsoever. I did recognize good old Dean Yeager from Ghostbusters 1. He had very dark hair, and he was in the beginning of the film a lot. I can't remember the actor's name.
You were a poor scientist, Dr. Raymond.
Yes, exactly. He was in this,
but the kids love us.
And I immediately recognized him from Ghostbusters because, how couldn't you? And who else did I recognize? Was that it? Oh, yeah, the guy that comes in was the lawyer in My Cousin Vinny.
Oh, yeah. Identical tires.
Identical. And I mainly recognize him as being Perry White in Lois and Clark, New Adventures of Superman.
Yeah.
Which he's another actor I love. And so anyway, just seeing that, it was like, oh, that's Perry White. And My Cousin Vinny, dude. And that's the dude, Dean Yeager from...
And he said Perry White, not Barry White. Just be sure.
Perry White of Superman.
Oh, Howard Beale.
So
Superman.
I had a little bit of the nostalgia check when we were like, oh man, I know that guy as Perry White from Superman, Faye Dunaway from Supergirl, and this other dude from Ghostbusters.
So your point of reference for everything at this point is DC Comics.
Well, it was DC and Ghostbusters.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my frame of reference.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it. I don't know what I would give it necessarily. I don't know if I would watch it. It's definitely kind of a downer, depressing movie.
Dense too. It's a dense movie to watch.
Mm-hmm.
It is a lot of stuff. Had Peter Finch lived, I think he would have made a great Jor-El. So just throwing that out there.
I think we did good with Brando.
Oh yes, you'll go far, Kal-El.
Peter Finch probably wouldn't have had to have the script pinned to the baby.
Yeah.
Far beyond the rays of the Krypton sun.
I would give this a solid 7. Nah, 7.5. I'll give it a 7.5.
Yeah, toss it a little half point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sean?
I thought it was really good. I'm curious how this was received in 1976. Was this kind of taken as obviously it won awards, but were people receptive to it? Clearly it didn't really have much of an impact on society because we just kept steering in the same direction.
Oversteered. We definitely went off the cliff.
We took inspiration, if anything.
This was a primer. At that time, it was seen as a pure comedy, outrageous, over the top. It could never be like this kind of a thing.
There's nothing funny about this movie.
The ecumenical group, I totally
Ecumenical Society of Liberation, or
touch on. God, I can't remember
the terrorist organization.
Yeah, which is a play on the Symbionese, the real life Symbionese Liberation Army.
The female, terrorist or communist or whatever they were. I can't remember her character's name, but it was so weird to see her arguing over her points and her overhead,
right?
And with all the that was so weird that they flip. They're like, "Oh, you're not going to take my 40%."
Yeah,
that's holy shit.
Yeah,
you're not going to take my gross.
Well, and it's like the Ned Beatty's character, who's like, you think that the Soviets over there are talking about Karl Marx to meetings? No, they're going over their spreadsheets and their financial reports, just like
the almighty buck.
Yeah, so that's what it plays into that, where it's these
Rubles,
are radicals,
Deutschmark.
Well, and it's just such a well written script because it's so true, and it. I don't. That's why I'm curious how it was received, because
it's hard to look at. That's how true it is.
It is. It's hard to look at now in retrospect, and we are miles down the road from where it left us. I mean, everyone was laughing at this in the 70s. It's like, oh, this is ridiculous for a corporation to own the news and tell everybody what to think.
Yeah.
It's like,
trashy like news, like
do you guys
entertainment.
know about the Sinclair Broadcasting Group? Do you know about like what Fox Media does? Like, are you familiar with where we are as a society? Because this is laying out the blueprint, and we just followed it to the letter.
Non-journalists given hour-long like fake news programs to like tell their opinions.
Yeah, taking away news and replacing it with editorialism.
Yeah,
that's where we are today as a society.
We've downgraded to Tucker Carlson.
I would take a screaming guy in wet pajamas over Tucker Carlson any day. Yeah, because essentially what this movie did was it kind of took exactly where we are now, but it didn't aim it at anybody. He even said, like, you know, I'd tell you to write your congressman, but I can't tell you what to write. Yeah. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to protest. I just want you to acknowledge that you're mad as hell and you're not going to take it anymore.
Yeah. And ironically, that's why people like Tucker Carlson do so well. Is
because they say you're mad as hell. Yeah. And you're not going to take it anymore. And I'm going to tell you who to direct that anger at.
Yeah. It's your anger has come.
You're weaponizing the anger that people have about societal problems, which in this was 1976. Mm-hmm. There was a recession.
Russians, inflation.
Russians.
It's just crazy.
Ford, who was arguably one of the worst presidents of the last, couple decades at that time. And then we got Reagan. So things really went downhill.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just crazy to look back and see the context of where we were as a nation and then where we kept going after this.
Yeah, we kept like a snowball.
Yeah. And what was the satire movie that came out like at the end of last year? Don't Look Up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's kind of the same thing. It's like we watched that movie and we were like, okay, this is a little over the top. It's a little much. On the nose. It's a little
40 years they watch it like this is tame.
40 years from now, they're going to watch this movie. They're going to be like, oh, yeah, no, this is exactly where we are. Yeah. Like, we just let social media just destroy our society and, ruin everything with culture politics.
Yeah.
Culture wars are just owning everything in the political sphere. So, yeah, I think it's terrifying. This is almost like a horror movie for me.
Yeah.
Just watching where we came from and where we are to where this was farcical at one point.
Yeah, this was almost silly. I mean, it's like it's a high wire between serious, dramatic, and just goofy.
It's like we're seeing the turning point where we went from like local news being informative to news for profit.
Yeah.
Or
business. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it touches on like mental health as well. Max is like, hey man, this guy, like, and I was skirting the edge too. I'm like, Bale, he says he's free. He has this moment of clarity. Like, I'm 100% on board with that. And then he's like, I felt electricity through my veins and something talked to me through whatever. And I'm like, okay, well, that's too much.
I saw
like
God's face.
Yeah. I was like, the moment of freedom and clarity and calling bullshit to bullshit. Absolutely. But then it gets a little weird. And then Max is like, this guy needs help. He's at the end of his rope. His wife died. Like, he's having mental issues. We need to get him help. We need to get him treatment. And then people are just exploiting either his mental illness or whatever. Like, there's no question in my mind that he's had a break, a psychotic break or other or mental break. Like, you can achieve clarity and have the break. Both things can be true at the same time.
Yeah.
But yeah, he wanted to get his friend mental health treatment and was denied because his homeboy was getting ratings for the corporation.
Well, and that's the thing is it kind of shows that like corporate psychosis, that corporate like sociopathy of, where we kind of really explore this with like American Psycho. Then that's, a decade later, but like seeing the corporation stand around and talk like, oh yeah, well, he's getting great numbers and these numbers are really good. These are really good numbers.
Yeah.
What are we going to do if these numbers go down? Well, don't worry. These numbers aren't going to go down. And once they start going down, what do? They kill them. They agree as a corporation.
They break the numbers down of like what it'll cost.
Yeah, they're like, what's the net cost gonna be? And they're like, oh, this is gonna be $40 million over 1 year of loss.
Yeah.
Well, there were 5 people in that room, and they bring it up of like, well, we could just do this, and then they yada yada
recording this,
and they're like, wait, well, I guess we could, like, we have this other show, like, we could probably get these people to easily do it, and we're like, well, what are our numbers? You're right, they just yada yada over it, and they ask about the
great
the almighty buck. They're like,
great nod to Nixon, where they say like, oh, you don't have a secret tape recorder in that desk.
Yeah. Which is awesome. Which was 2 years like fresh at the time.
Right. If it's the Ford administration, they're fresh on Nixon.
Yeah. So what would your score be?
A prophetic 8.
Yeah.
It was painful. It was really dialogue heavy, and I think at times that kind of bogged me down. And that's a bit of a just show of the times.
Yeah.
You don't have as flashy of cinematography. But the dialogue is so well written and performed. I think it kind of lifts it up a little bit for how dense it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd give it an 8.
Can I say it, especially at the beginning when they're asking for all the numbers and they're kind of showing you the ins and outs of like the newsroom area, I was getting a little like flashes of, because I saw at first like Aaron Sorkin, where they were like not necessarily the walk and talk, but just a lot of like the jargon, and this is how the normal day newsroom goes, or this is what they look at. It was a weird behind the scenes kind of like, we don't care to have to catch up the viewer.
Yeah.
Like, just hurry up and get on board. Like, start hearing these terms.
You're going to get dropped in a fast-paced environment. Yeah. You're going to play catch up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You feel like the person every time. So a lot of times they always try and the example I'm going to give is X-Men in the comic books, when they brought in a new X-Men characters, Kitty Pryde, and they're like, hey, well, Kitty Pryde, welcome to the X-Men. I hope you survive the experience. They just throw her into the deep end, and then the X-Men are going on about their day, and you have the one character that gets to be the new person, that gets to follow, that gets to ask basically the audience questions. Like, what are tannins in wine? Like random shit like that. You're not given that in this. You're thrown in the deep end, and they're just like, hurry the fuck up. Like, are you too stupid to get all this? Because we've already moved on to the next scene.
Yeah.
Like, it's rapid. It's interesting. It makes you pay attention.
Yeah. Aaron Sorkin has cited this as his favorite script.
Oh, really?
No shit. This is a Sorkin script, except it's not written by Sorkin.
When he won the Academy Award for, I believe it's The Social Network, he said that he was in awe to be standing on the same stage where Patty Chesky won for Network.
See, this is always Network. I always get the newsroom mixed up with this. The names, newsroom and the Network.
Yeah.
So that's very interesting to me. Mm-hmm. Okay.
And he'll reference this a lot in his scripts. He'll reference Network and Howard Beale, and they'll pop up in his work.
I think the one big difference is the monologues. There are some amazing monologues in this.
Yeah.
Like super quotable, super repeatable. I think if I were a theater student, these would be the monologues that I would like aspire to perform.
Yeah. Mad as hell. Ned Beatty's. I mean, even Robert Duvall, where he's like, blowing up at William Hull, and he's like, I've got a big, fat, big-titted hit. So he's like, get your shit out of here, or I'll have you thrown out.
Yeah,
it's good stuff.
I mean, I think if I was a theater student, my monologue would be 20-something betters of Steve Martin and Roxanne telling like dick nose jokes.
Yeah, that's solid.
14, Chief.
Yeah, for me, this is one of my all-time favorite movies. I watched this as a kid, and for me back then, we still hadn't crossed that line yet. We were on our way with Jerry Springer and all that other shit, but it's like we weren't quite down in the slop yet. We were on our way, but I loved it then. I love the dialogue. I mean, I'm a dialogue guy. I love a movie with great dialogue.
There's a lot of dialogue to love.
You recently put on your in your movie reviews and on your like Cinema Vino, you had a video of your top 10 list.
Mm-hmm.
Where did this movie fall? What number?
Number 9.
So is this number 9?
Number 9.
So is this a 10 out of 10 movie for you?
For me, yeah.
Okay.
It's for me, and it's like, you guys hadn't seen it before. I mean, I've seen it quite a few times. I will say it gets better every time you watch it.
What was your
like
10th
a fine
movie?
wine?
Was it Godfather 2?
Number 10 was Godfather 2, yeah. And ironically, there were, because I did 5 honorable mentions.
And number 1 was Godfather, wasn't it?
Robert Duvall shows up in quite a few of the movies on the list, top 10 and the honorable mentions.
And at least 3 of them.
Because he is in Apocalypse Now.
Oh, yeah.
He's in To Kill a Mockingbird.
Shit.
He's in Godfather 1 and 2 and Network. So he's in 5 of those movies.
So you just really like him.
He's a great actor. And to me, this time period, in my opinion, from 1970, basically the 70s as a whole, were the best time period for American movies. This was the peak of American filmmaking. This is where we were the best of the best.
Wow.
So, I mean, this is
hot take.
Yeah. It's like this is where you have The Godfathers, French Connection, Patton, 5 Easy Pieces. I mean, even stuff like Star Wars. Yeah, obviously this Network. Annie Hall, All the President's Men. I mean, everything in this decade. Apocalypse Now, The Conversation with Gene Hackman. I mean, this is the peak of Chinatown. So many great movies that came out in the 70s. So this was American filmmaking at the top. So, and this is one of the best movies, in my opinion, of that decade. This is top the top. So definitely I have a list, I think, in my head of perfect movies. This is a perfect satire for its time.
So who was Max's wife that got the Oscar in this? Shortest?
Beatrice Straight.
So I looked that up. The other thing I knew her from was Poltergeist 1.
Oh,
she was the medium. I think that's what I recognized her from.
No. This house
no.
clean.
That's the short gal.
Yeah, she's medium, isn't she?
But I thought she was a different.
This was the mom. You're thinking of the mom, right?
No, not the mom. She was the first kind of medium in Poltergeist. She was
okay.
Not the short. Like she's the one that brought in the short gal, I think, or the first investigator. It's been a long time since.
That's where you know her from.
Yeah. She shows up in a bunch of stuff.
That's one of her. She died in 2001. Poltergeist. Let's see.
Dr. Lesh. So maybe she was the doctor or something in 1982. Dr. Lesh in Poltergeist 1. So I think she was one of the people that came. I don't know. Anyway, that's what I knew her from. As soon as I saw her, I got kind of scared because I was like, oh shit. But I think it's because I saw Poltergeist at a young age.
Here. Maybe we should definitely do the Poltergeist at some point.
And Poltergeist 2. I don't remember. The Poltergeist 2 was the first one I saw.
Yeah.
Scared the shit out of me with the mirror and the weird,
3 was the first one I saw.
I look forward to October.
It's our Halloween spectacular. That, and you guys
horror movie month
out there should definitely come in for that too, because it's like that's one of our prime times, Halloween movies. So
love a horror movie.
But next up, we got time travel movies. We're going to start with Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
The iconic time travel movie.
Yes.
One of many.
One of my favorites.
George Carlin and his 7, what were the 7 words?
Shit, balls, piss.
Cock.
Fuck, cock, shit, piss, motherfucker, tits.
See, it's shit, piss,
cunt
cock,
is on there somewhere too.
Cunt,
yep.
Fuck. Motherfucker, tits.
Balls is definitely on there.
Balls?
Yeah.
Balls? You can say balls.
No, you can say balls.
Well, because in his routine, he was like, you can say like Roberto Clemente has 2 balls on him, but you can't say, man, Roberto Clemente has a good set of balls.
Okay. Context.
Yes. But anyway, that's been another episode of Cinema Vino. And
end on a high note.
You know who else has a nice set of balls? Robert Duvall.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
No, he's alive. He's still alive. He did an interview with Stephen Colbert not too long ago where they actually, Colbert showed him a little
Asked
bit of
him if he was still alive.
Sir, are you alive right now?
They watched a little bit of Network. He talked about working with everybody. So it's if you're a fan of Robert Duvall, check out Colbert's interview with him. So, but yeah, we watched the movie Network. So be sure and tune in next time. And we will be doing some time travel movies
where we will be excellent to each other.
Yeah, most excellent. So we will see you guys next time.
Bye.
Be sure to listen, rate, and subscribe at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, CastBox, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. Our website is cinemavino.net, and reviews of these films can be found at toddwoffordmovies.com.